He doesn't talk. He doesn't need to. In a world screaming for attention, one man built an empire in silence. He walks barefoot through marble mansions, drives million-dollar machines without shoes, and appears at luxury events like a myth come to life. They call him Zeus, but his real name is Ilan Tobianah. He's a lawyer, a model, an investor, a pilot, but most of all, he's a living enigma. This is the untold story of Zeus of Monaco, a man who turned privacy into power and turned his lifestyle into legend. Ilan Tobianah, born on November 22nd, 1971, in the timeless elegance of Paris, France. Today he is 53 years old, though he wears time like a tailored suit, flawless and refined. He stands at 5'8", a silhouette of control and poise. Weighing 71 kilograms, his frame is lean, sculpted, and always immaculately presented. But it was never about numbers or measurements. It was the beard, perfectly trimmed, effortlessly bold. The sun-kissed skin, glowing like gold at dusk. And that gaze, silent, still, almost mythological. A stare carved from marble and mystery. His heritage? French, Moroccan, Italian, a rare blend of culture, depth, and continental charm. The kind of lineage that whispers legacy. He didn't grow up rich. In fact, his childhood was humble. But what he lacked in wealth, he made up for in relentless ambition. While most kids chase fame, Ilan studied law, quietly, diligently. He became a real estate attorney, but not just any lawyer. In 1999, he joined one of France's most prestigious firms, Mott and Associates. Over the years, he rose, he earned, he became one of the highest-paid lawyers in the country, working in silence, closing multi-million-dollar property deals. Precise, ruthless, untouchable. But real estate was only the beginning. He didn't just want money. He wanted something far more powerful. He wanted leverage. At some point, Ilan Tobianah disappeared, and Zeus was born. No one knows the exact moment. There was no announcement, no reveal, just a shift. One day, the world started calling him Zeus because of his otherworldly appearance. And he didn't correct them. He leaned into it. That's when everything changed. He appeared in videos, surrounded by women who looked like goddesses, driving Lamborghinis with no shoes, wearing suits worth more than your annual salary. But what stood out the most? He never spoke. Interviews, declined, podcasts, ignored. TikTokers begged him for one word. He gave them a nod and silence. Some called it rude, others, genius. In a world that never stops talking, silence became his brand, and mystery became his currency. When you hear Monaco Mansion, you imagine gold, marble, and ocean views. Zeus took that and doubled it. Perched on the cliffs of Monaco, his home isn't just luxurious, it's a monument. A rooftop infinity pool, gold-plated furniture, a private IMAX theater, an in-house spa, a game room, and a garage that looks like an art gallery. Inside, butlers glide across polished floors, chefs serve gourmet meals, around the clock. This isn't a home, it's a temple. And he's its god. Bodyguards monitor every corner. Everything runs like a private kingdom. Every square inch is built around him. It's not a house, it's a temple. Now let's talk about his cars. Because for Zeus, they're more than transportation. They're an extension of his legend. He owns a black Lamborghini Aventador, stealth and speed in one. An orange Aventador, loud, fast, impossible to ignore. A Lamborghini Urus, the super SUV built for Monaco and the Alps. A Ferrari, model unknown but clearly custom built. A Delage D12, one of the rarest hybrid hypercars ever made. A Da Vinci, still in prototype, but Zeus has it. And a Ducati, because the god of Monaco also loves the rush of two wheels. Every car, flawless. Every license plate, clean. Every appearance, a flex. But here's the twist. He often drives them barefoot, because gods don't follow rules. They rewrite them. land is just the beginning. Zeus dominates the skies and the seas, with equal power. Let's start with the private jets. Gold interiors, spacious bedrooms, private lounges, five-star meals, 30,000 feet in the air. Need to fly from Monaco to the Caribbean? Done. In luxury. No lines, no stress, no schedule, but his own. For shorter trips, he hops into one of his helicopters, leather seats, panoramic windows, and a private pilot on call 24/7. Unless Zeus decides to fly himself. Yes, he's a certified pilot too. And then there's his favorite possession, his mega yachts. These aren't boats, they're floating castles, helipads, movie theaters, infinity pools, champagne bars, nightclubs, sun decks with 360-degree views. This is where Zeus hosts his legendary parties. No press, no paparazzi, just whispered invites and unspoken rules. Everyone shows up, actors, royals, billionaires, influencers, but nobody posts. Because what happens on Zeus's yacht stays mythical. Zeus isn't just rich, he's tailored. His wardrobe, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, Dior, Armani, but never off the rack. His suits, custom. His shoes, bespoke. His watches, handcrafted, and often one of a kind. Rare Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, all personalized. Designers bring their collections to him before the world ever sees them. Private fashion shows take place in his living room. Models walk between golden columns, while Zeus sips espresso and nods. His style isn't just elegant, it's intimidating. It's deliberate. Because in Zeus's world, you don't wear clothes, you command them. While most know him from Instagram, few realize Ilan is also a decorated actor. He starred in The Last House on the Left, a role that earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. He's also a director, a producer, and the founder of his own media company. Behind the cameras, he calls the shots. His real estate empire runs quietly, his modeling business earns over $400,000 a month, and his film work? Just another chapter in his myth. Despite the fame, Ilan keeps his family completely hidden. He has a wife, he has children, and he loves them privately, deeply, and fiercely. You won't see them on social media. You won't find paparazzi photos. Why? Because Ilan didn't build this empire to expose them. He built it to shield them. He speaks fluent English, French, and Italian. But in videos, he says nothing. Not because he can't, but because silence speaks louder than captions. That's why people follow him. Not because he tells them who he is, but because he forces them to imagine it. Behind the yachts, behind the watches, lies a philanthropist. Zeus has funded schools, supported health initiatives, contributed to environmental efforts across Europe. He attends Monaco's most exclusive charity galas, often anonymously. He donates in silence because he doesn't need applause. For him, power isn't just wealth, it's what you do with it when no one's watching. So, who is Ilan Tobianah? He's the lawyer who became legend, the influencer who never needed to speak, the billionaire who walks barefoot, in suits worth more than cars. You can call him a god, you can call him crazy. But you can't ignore him, because in Monaco and across the internet, Zeus doesn't chase attention. He commands it.